Hi, we're going to be ranting on RWBY or whatever the fuck this show is.
Why are we re-recording this?
Because you never got to say anything. It felt like...
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyways. Meaning that you're going to regret on clicking on this video within 20 seconds. So, I'm here with Spy Dude. Anyways. So, here are all the reasons on why we hate this show. It's anime style, which frosts a certain number of people off, both people who don't like this style and purists who don't think Western production should follow it. Animation in early seasons was weak for anything not involving fights, as Rooster Tooth was operating on a much smaller scale and smaller budget then. Lots of janky movements and crude backgrounds and lack of detail. See Volume 1 Shadow People whenever it's not an action scene.
Writing problems. Excessive use of anime, cartoons / comic tropes. It's too much story packed into too small a runtime, leading to important details / developments getting too glossed over. Shaky world building, racism pulled out as a major subplot for Blake's backstory and present arc, but not treated with the gravity one would expect. Jaw Dice arc for eating 6 weeks of real time, 4 episodes plus a skip, and internal broadcast generally poor romance writing, constant fandom drama over shipping, Monty untimely death, and both perceived and real impact it had on animation show direction. Intense fan confusion over the conclusion of the first major story arc in version 3. Genre recognition appears to be the problem. Some fans disliked the magic school setting didn't continue, and others expected the show to be a lot darker post version 3.
Shift to new animation program and hence art style in V4 caused both fans to need to adapt and animation staff to need to find their feet. Your turn.
Uneven pacing and animation problems throughout version 4 to 5 of various kinds, making both volumes both good and bad experiences.
My turn.
Version 6 brought with it a huge flap, both internally to show the whole Adam and the Bees thing, and externally with Vic's legal issues, leading to RT to not bring him back and causing a big peripheral stink. Especially when certain YouTubers found they could monetize Vic's fandom by outrage by fanning it.
Alright, my turn now.
Alright.
But most of all, RWBY is a show that exists because the internet. It airs not on TV but on the web. Viewership is on the internet. Fandom is on the internet. And when you're on the internet, everything is exaggerated. Things have to be either the greatest thing ever made or the worst trash ever created. It's never enough to say, I like it, or it wasn't for me. Rather, one has to be in a state of either exaltation or outrage. Positive qualities are either sung to the stars or denied outright. Your turn.
Negative.
Negative
qualities are either glossed over completely or exaggerated beyond belief. And because the show only exists on the internet, there's no relief, no counterbalancing force, so RWBY is both extraordinary popular in a movement, all that merch and doing all those licensing deals for nothing, and extraordinary unpopular. If you've heard of it and aren't a fan, you probably loathe it and want it dead. At the same time, with no room for ambiguity or moderation.
Okay, so those are all the reasons and why we hate this trash thing of an anime. Like, not to mention that the anime is also in CGI, and anime is supposed to be in 2D.
Yeah,
Like-
mainly 2D. Or, like, 2D with, like, some 3D effects. But it's not like that. The entire show is just, completely 3D.
Yeah. So, like, before you say that we don't like the show because it has girls as the protagonists,
We are not sexist.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just that the idea of female protagonists would be a good thing in the anime if it was done right. That's what we're
Except,
saying.
well, it wasn't done right.
Yeah. It's similar to how Nia and Rebecca were handled in RWBY.
It was handled right.
Yeah.
Having female characters in the main cast,
Yeah, because Mattel
in the middle
pushed them.
of the damn TV series.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have done it in a better way than they could have, by not, kicking out two of the main who've been there since the beginning, to be replaced.
Yeah. Like Edward and Henry.
They could have done it way better.
Yeah. Like it's like what Unlucky Tug said about Rebecca. Like the moment Rebecca was shown on screen, she was immediately just shoved into Titmichet's. Like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
At least Nia had a whole movie to introduce her, or she got put into the show.
Except Rebecca was like on screen for less than like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Those are all the reasons on why we hate RWBY.
Or RWBY.
Yeah.
I have no idea how this is pronounced this damn thing.
Yeah. How are you supposed to pronounce that? Not to mention the name is fucking hard to pronounce. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. See ya.